Emre Khan here, 4 seconds out, one of the hardest man to track down, Ade Oladipo, one of the best voices in the game too, Ade Oladipo. Ade, which fight takes your fancy off of all that's been announced?
Boy. Hamza Shiraz, Ammo Williams. I just feel like both of them are taking a big risk here because I think both are on the cusp of a world title shot. Like they're very, very close. If you look at the 160-pound division, you look at the champions, it isn't the deepest division. Alam Kanali is probably number 1. Adamez is there as well, but you feel like these guys are that close and they're risking it all by going at each other. I think that's a genuine 50-50 fight. I was at Ammo Williams' last fight, and I think if Ammo Williams has got his mind right, he's a great fighter. Hamza Shiraz is a bit rangier, but Ammo Williams is more explosive. Pick 'em fight. In saying that, as I just thought about it, Ray Ford, Nick Ball, oh my God. You've got a bulldozer in Nick Ball who only knows how to fight one way, which is forward. Ray Vargas found out. And you've got a slick boxer in Ray Ford who can smack a bit as well. And saying that, no, I'm joking, but those are my two. But the rest is still fantastic.
Do you ever think you see the day that Eddie Hearn and Deontay Wilder would come together and they'll be working together for a fight? A few years back, you might rewind and say that that would never happen with the negotiations for the Wilder-Joshua fight, but now they're working together in tandem and he's working for Matchroom too.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. But money talks in this sport. I mean, if you're Deontay Wilder, you desperately, desperately need to get back to somewhat of what you were 3 years ago. Somewhat of you, if he can do that. But I still harbor ambitions, and I must be mad. I still harbor ambitions about Wilder versus AJ. And I'm thinking, surely if Wilder can somehow sleep Zhang, you do Wilder AJ in the summer in London. Like, surely you do it. I don't know, and I spoke to Wilder backstage, and he does look a bit more on it, more aggressive. When I interviewed him prior to Joseph Parker, he was almost a bit too happy. Too like just, I'm like, well, no, where's the bronze bomber? And I feel like we saw a bit of the bronze bomber there with his final little talk. I love that fight. I love the fact he's working with Eddie because Eddie will promote the hell out of him. Obviously made him captain, which should have been Craig Richards really for me because I think Craig's big favourite to beat Willie Hutchinson and get those bonus points or whatever it is. But I like that Wilder's here. He brings a bit of Stardust quality to it. Like, he's a big name. He's a massive name. And I feel like him versus Zhang, I mean, let's be honest, that's a headline act anywhere else. Some might even chuck it on pay-per-view. So for that to be the co-main event on this card is frightening.
Can you take a little bit of a look at the Joshua playbook when people were writing him off the back of the Uysk defeats, and he's had the comeback now, he's changed trainer since, and now he's back on the resurgence with emphatic knockouts. Can you look at that and say that for people who were writing him off, who were saying that bit of Wilder that's gone before, that was there beforehand, is gone now, that can come back when people are writing you off?
100%. It's a very good analogy as well. When, look, boxing has a problem of writing people off so quickly. I mean, forget looking at AJ, look at the guy he was in the ring with. After Joe Joyce, everyone said Joseph Parker's done. He was done, and now all of a sudden, Joseph Parker, to many people's eyes, is a top 4 heavyweight. So you've only got to look at that, really, as the comeback story. So everything can change so quick. Look at Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is fighting Hrgovic. Daniel Dubois was supposedly a quitter against Joe Joyce. So it can turn around so quickly. So if you're Wilder, you know you're one big win away from everything changing. And if he were to sleep Zhilei Zhang, and we all know he's capable, then Wilder's back. Wilder's back, and he's back in the mix for fighting any of the guys. Maybe not a Fury fight again, but anyone else. Who wouldn't want to see Wilder versus Usyk? Wilder AJ, Wilder Hrgovic. Remember the videotape of when David Haye was getting ready for Fury, and Wilder and Hrgovic trying to kill each other. So he's only one win away, one good performance away from being right back in it.
Speaking of Fury, we're at the more compressor. And for me, for my eye, Fury looked very lean. Do you feel like a lean Fury is the way forward, the way for victory against Oleksandr Usyk? I
don't know. But look, I mean, what do I know? I mean, he's got smarter people around him than I have. Sugar Hill obviously knows what he's doing, so does John Fury. But I always felt like if you're trying to play the game of be lean and move like Usyk, I always feel like you just need to bully him. Fury's so much bigger. He's going to be 3.5 stone bigger. Maybe not now, but that's kind of what it was before. Fury 20 stone, Usyk 16.5. I don't know. It looks like he's coming in the career lightest. Maybe he wants to go back to Wilder that fought, Fury that fought Vladimir Klitschko and be a kind of a back foot fighter and maybe not be as aggressive. I almost feel like you need to be aggressive with Usyk. You need to put it on him. Dubois did okay for the first few rounds. He put it on him. Obviously, Dubois ran out of ideas. Fury has the ideas to not run out of ideas. So, I don't know, man. I'm not quite sure. I'm so split on this fight. But that's what it should be. Undisputed heavyweight title fight. We shouldn't know. It should be a case of, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. But I almost want to see a big bully Fury, like he did against Wilder in the second fight, and just put it on Usyk. If he's trying to outbox a genius, I'm not sure that works.
You count Usyk as the better fighter of the two?
Better boxer of the two, yes. Fighter, no. Boxer, yes. Fighter, you know, Fury would do everything. Elbows, knees, he'll get off the canvas. Pure boxer, I only have to look at the amateur records, and the amateur records tells me that Oleksandr Usyk, when it comes just down to boxing, is a genius. And I think he's a better boxer, but sometimes fighting's about brawling. It's about getting up off your ass. Fury's got all that experience. He's been in the bigger fights or big fights. What an intriguing fight. Honestly, what an intriguing fight. And the fact that it comes, and then, the fact that we have that, and then 2 weeks later, we've got the undisputed light heavyweight title fight. Undisputed, back to back. It's a bit like Inoue, Fulton, Crawford, Spence. And now we've got it in the higher weight classes. Boxing's in a very good place.
Lastly, Ade, I've got to ask you, which is weaker, the Fury cut/cuts or the Usyk body shot weakness?
Usyk body. Fury fought 10 rounds or so of that similar cut against Otto Wallin. Still got the job done. In the end, it wasn't the best Fury, but he still got the job done. If Fury goes to the body of Usyk, I think we've seen that AJ went to the body, Dubois went to the body, he doesn't like it. The only thing is Fury's not a bigger puncher like those two, but you can aim for it. Whereas even for Usyk to get to that cut's a bit of a problem. But I'm going to go Usyk body over Fury cut, just because Fury will fight with several cuts and keep going.
Ade, pleasure. Always good to speak to you. That's why I want to speak to you. Thanks for being SecondsOut, sir.